brother. What's up, everyone? Hope you are doing well. Happy Halloween. It's a freaking good holiday. I wish that I have dressed up more in my life, and I haven't. I've missed a lot of opportunities. But you know what? I have dressed up for this podcast. Obviously, if you are listening to this, you can't see me, which makes a lot of sense. So you can head over to my Instagram at It's Danny Todd, and you can see the clip that I have from this episode, and you can see my absolutely ridiculous Hulk Hogan costume. It's honestly super uncomfortable, and the only thing that's making it uncomfortable is that I have this like fake, like weird feathery boa, I think it's called. It's like a scarf made out of fake feathers, and it's red, and it sheds like crazy, and it's very itchy. It's not fun, but it ties the costume together so freaking well. Because I was in the mirror shaving. Yes, I had to shave. If you don't know who Hulk Hogan is, just whatever you're doing right now, Google Hulk Hogan. You will know what I'm talking about. And if you know who I am, you know I've had usually, like not a crazy beard, but I've had a beard. And I've had to shave that to do the costume. So it's going to be very fun going into work on Monday with a very, very baby face. Which, going off of that, today at work, this is a Friday that I'm recording this. So went to work, which was the day that everyone was planning to dress up. And I was like, I mean, that would be very fun. This is the first time I've dressed up maybe since like 5th or 6th grade. So it's been a very, very long time. So I was like, all right, cool. Like everyone's going to do it. All right, I'll do it. And then I got my costume in the mail and I tried it on that night, of course, after a few drinks because, well, it's been a long time. So I needed some courage. And I mean, I put everything on, like the wig and just the boa, the headband, these super, super sporty sunglasses. And just everything kind of starts to fall apart as soon as I put it on. I mean, the wig is okay. It kind of just gets everywhere. It's not very comfortable. It has like, Hulk Hogan is bald on top and he has like the hair coming down. I don't know what he is like now, but like, it's not a good wig to begin with. I got it from Amazon. So like from the sides, it comes down in the back, whatever. But in the front to mid, chrome dome. Basically, he's kind of like chrome dome. Bald. So it's like a bald cap sort of thing. And then on the sides it comes down. So it's very, my head feels like it's crushing in on itself. And then I got the headphones on. It's very not comfortable. So I was like, I'm not going to go to work with a wig on that's not making it comfortable to just be. And then I have to put a bandana on the top. And then also I don't want to wear a sleeveless shirt to work. Like, I know I'm like decently like it fit, but like it just didn't seem right to me. And then this stupid ass boa, which I mean, the thing, like I said, like it ties the whole thing together. I can't wear this costume up without the boa. So of course, the entire like first like half an hour of work, I was like trying to explain to people like, oh, I'm sorry, like I just can't. I'm like, if I wore it, it was gonna fall apart, and I needed it. I needed it for the podcast. So I'm doing it for you. I'm doing it for you. So please go over to my Instagram at It's Danny Todd, and you can see the clip. You can see my beautiful, beautiful costume. Got my wristbands on, dude. I'm ready to sweat. Let's go. I've been waiting for this episode for so long. Not just because of the costume, but just because like I've had so many ideas and what I want to do. I mean, I got a custom intro made, which by the way is freaking fire. It's so sick. Hope you liked it. And I have a custom logo made for it. By the way, merch drop. There is new merch on my website, link in the show notes. You can go buy it. Got some hoodies, some shirts with the new logo. It's going to be sick. I'm going to buy myself some too. So, you know what? Go over there, do it. It's fun. Support the podcast. And yeah, thank you for showing up, listening, wherever you're listening to. And you know what? I got some brewskis here. I'm not going to lie. This is not my first take doing this. And I tried saying the name Elysian. And I literally just did the same thing I did on the last take. Elysian. And I got the Night Owl. It's pumpkin ale. I felt like it was right. If you know me, I love my IPAs, so this is different. But you know what? It is really, really good. So cheers to you. Whatever you have going on right now, if it's a water, a LaCroix, a bubbly, an AHA, or an alcoholic beverage. Cheers to you. Happy Halloween. I'm going to take a sip. And to start this off, I'm going to play something that my friend sent in. I tried to shout out a Skype hotline that I have, which I need to start using more because I want to start incorporating, you guys, the listeners, to chime in, have your voices on the podcast with questions or, funny stories or anything, right? And I figured, I got to bring it back. So Halloween, my buddy sent me one. I do have one other one. They weren't able to send a voicemail, but they did send a very, very long, novel of a story. And I will read that later on. But for now, this is what my buddy Brian DeLumpa, I think it's at Brian J. DeLumpa on Instagram. He's a homie, photographer as well. So check him out. But fun little story. I didn't really listen to it because I wanted to be kind of surprised on this. I don't want to be fake, dude. And I apologize if I'm being a little, up and giddy. Up and giddy. I don't even know if that's a real phrase or anything, but probably talking fast and sporadic. But I'm excited, and I've been nervous as well for this episode because I've been pumping it up on social media, oh my gosh, I can't wait for this episode. I got the intro track, all this stuff. I'm ready to go. But damn, I'm nervous. I'm not gonna lie. So, anyways, let's jump into it. Let's do it. Brian has to tell me.
Yo, it's good, man. So I have to share one of our favorite family Halloween stories. I figured you'd appreciate it, having grown up in the neighborhood right next to us, and my brother Liam, who it's about. So we were real young. We were trick-or-treating one year, and Liam was a hockey player, and he went all out. He had the dope Retro Coyotes jersey, stick, rollerblades. He was just cruising. We get to one of our neighbors' houses, and he goes to the front door, like you do on Halloween, and someone starts immediately yelling out the front door at us, and we have no idea what's going on, right? And we're all confused, and it took a couple seconds for us to realize, but Liam had skated right onto a newly repaved driveway.
Ooh.
They had done it that day. And I will never forget his reaction. He hot stepped in place, which made even more marks. Oh damn! Pretty sure my parents ended up having to buy them a new driveway. But in our defense, I don't know. Maybe don't repave your shit on Halloween. Yeah. Anyway, dude, take care. Happy Halloween.
Damn. That sucks for sure. For one, not only I'm pretty sure he said that, they might have had to buy them a new driveway, which if it's freshly paved, they might have just had to go over it. I don't really know. You just bring some more, shit over and just smack it down, smooth it out. You're good to go. But damn, what I'm more concerned about is the roller skates, dude. That means his skates are full of just that shit. And then, unless you washed them right away, well, you know what? They're smart people. So they probably washed them out. But damn. Because that was probably really close into the neighborhood, like you said, and like at the well, I wonder if it's at the beginning of like their trick or treating, but like, what a way to ruin your night! Like, oh man, I'm so stoked to get this candy, and just sorry, that was my best sound effect of doing stepping in wet concrete, wet cement, whatever you want to call it, in roller skates. Damn, dude, that sucks. I would be devastated because, well, you know what? Because, let me just say because one more time. Because you could probably wash that out of your skates right away, right? But then again, you have the bearings inside the wheels, and there's only so much that you can do to get that out. So I wonder if, like, man, I should have followed up with him. I wonder if the bearings in the wheels like kind of just started to seize up because like there was just straight up cement drying inside. Damn, dude. That absolutely sucks. But it's very funny. I mean, I can imagine that's why it's like a month or not a monthly, like a yearly, like, hey, remember the one time that you were trick-or-treating and basically skated and stepped into a driveway? Yeah. Oh. Well, if he ever goes pro, that's something he better say when he gets drafted. So next I'm gonna go through some of the list of things that I have. But first, I apologize. I have to take these glasses off. I can't see, dude. These things, like, not only are they tinted because they're, well, sporty as hell. Oh my gosh, I can see now. I honestly think that that was affecting the way I could talk because now I feel like clear. So I apologize if like the first, what are we at, like 12 minutes of this, podcast episode, if I sound like I can't talk, I think it's because I couldn't see anything. Like, I'm literally like, imagine, well, I guess if you're blind, that'd be different. But I mean, I couldn't see anything. I could see like vague outlines of things because I'm looking at like my notes and whatnot. Can't read it. Can't read it. I was like, okay, shit. Like, intro plays. All right, cool. I'm gonna talk about some shit. Cool. I can see myself in the camera, barely, but I think that was affecting my speech, which is really weird. I can't see for shit. But you know what? The glasses are on. I can talk now. So, one thing that I mean, I love candy. It kind of conflicts with me wanting to be, super strong and jacked and ripped. But I went on and I was like Googling stuff and yada, yada, yada. And I was wondering what would be kind of like the most top rated costumes. So I was like, all right, cool. So we're going to start with 2020. And by Google's whatever search, they say that in order. So from number 1 to number 10. Okay. So according to Google, the most popular Halloween costumes of 2020 were number 1, witch. I mean, all right, cool. All right. 2, dinosaurs. I think ever since the blow up, like inflatable, like dinosaur costumes, I guess you could say. Dude, I'm sorry. This fucking boa is destroying my life. It's so itchy. Damn, dude. Ever since it had like the blow up and dinosaur, that's always been a very popular thing. Number 3, I think should be number 1, but it's Harley Quinn. Um, I get it because I mean a lot of girls, especially if they're like very attractive, I mean they want to be Harley Quinn because I mean Harley Quinn in the movies, I mean she's a total bombshell. She's hot, dude. Of course. So any hot girl out there is gonna want to be Harley Quinn. So boom, Harley Quinn. This says number 3. I'm gonna bump that to number 1. So number 1, Harley Quinn. 2, witch, 3 dinosaur. By the way, I'm not going to keep that up on categorizing all of these, but Harley Quinn for sure won. This says 4 is a rabbit. I no. 5 clown, I understand because the movie It, Pennywise, that makes a lot of sense. Scary as fuck. The OG version of It is cool. I like it a lot. Long, very long. But I do love the new the 1 and 2 of that movie. Absolutely incredible. So I would not be surprised if this year that would make the top 10 as well. But here at number 5 in 2020, that makes sense. It just said clown, so I don't know. But I'm assuming that kind of means Pennywise the clown from It. Number 6, Angel. Dude, be more cliche. Angel, at least be a slutty angel. I don't know. Fortnite, I guess. I don't play video games. So I guess there's the weird dance that they could do. Like, I don't know. I don't play Fortnite, but there's Fortnite on here. A ninja, I guess. I don't know. 9 is a devil. I mean, I guess that makes sense. I wonder why that's rated 9, because I feel like a devil would be a little bit higher. And then number 10, Spider-Man. I mean, come on. I forget his name, but the newest one, the kid, backflips, English kid, he kills it. So of course he's going to be like a popular Halloween costume. So I don't know. In your head, you can kind of think of what you might have I don't know. That's so weird. Harley Quinn, though, for sure, number 1. Why is Witch? Why is a witch number 1? That's so dumb. It's so old. It's old. Well, maybe that's why it's number 1. But it is very funny when you see I don't know. I always talk about TikTok because it's insane. But I bet you this weekend, Halloween weekend, you're gonna see all of those popular costumes. And I bet you Harley Quinn is gonna be at the top again. Damn, that's such a weird list. I know I wrote this list down and I was thinking about it, going through and through and through and through. But now that I'm actually talking to all of you and telling you about it, I'm a dinosaur, Harley Quinn. I mean, number 1, witch, 2, dinosaur, 3, Harley Quinn. Where the fuck is a rat? Why a rabbit? A rabbit? The only rabbit I can think of is B Rabbit from 8 Mile. Who shoots himself in the leg, the foot, or whatever. I mean, all of these make sense. They're popular costumes, but they don't make sense to me in order. But I don't know. Going off of this, you can have your own opinions on that, of course, whatever. But I do have some of my guesses for the most popular Halloween costumes for this year, 2021. And I'm sure as soon as I said that, you are like, okay, cool. Squid Games. It's an easy bet. Everyone is going to be there's going to be so many people dressed as someone from Squid Games. Either it's the green jumper with the numbers, or they're going to be, any of the guards. Was it circle, square, triangle, PlayStation? Cool. Or they're going to be the front man, that weird mask. I don't know. Or, which I would like this to be the most popular costume. If it's Squid Games, I would like someone to be dressed up as that creepy ass doll. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, I mean, you've probably seen. I mean, even if you haven't seen it, you've definitely now have seen it. That weird, creepy ass doll that they have at the was it red light, green light game? I would like to see that as like the main most popular costume within like the Squid Games realm. Because I feel like the other two are kind of too easy. Because I can appreciate, I mean, okay, granted, my costume right now is super easy. I just went on Amazon, typed in Hulk Hogan, and pressed buy. And you can do the same with the guards from Squid Games, the front man from Squid Games, and the creepy doll thing. That, my friends, I think will take some work. Because you got to do it right. Or else I think you're just going to look like a weird ass Cabbage Patch doll. So I don't know. I will say, just in general, I think that is going to be one of the main things that we're going to see is anyone from that Squid Games. That's just my thought. And then number two. Well, Michael Myers from the Halloween movies. They recently just put out another one, released on October 15th. I have not seen it yet. I think last weekend I watched one of them. Forget which one it was. I'm very bad at watching the Halloween movies, like the actual Halloween movies, Michael Myers. But I was like, you know what? I want to watch one because I want to feel, I want to watch that shit. It was good. It was weird. It was kind of dumb too, but I definitely think people might dress up as Michael Myers because either they already have one from many years ago, or it's just an easy thing to do. You get like a mechanic's jumpsuit and then the mask, which is everywhere. You could probably go to a Halloween, what's the Halloween store? Is it just called Halloween? Spirit. Jesus. You could probably just go to Spirit and buy a Michael Myers mask. So that's my number 2. And what do you know? Number 3, Harley motherfucking Quinn. Harley Quinn. And the only reason I say that, well, actually, there's 2 reasons. One, because a lot of people like to dress up for Halloween, especially girls. I mean, okay, guys too. But I mean, Halloween is a good reason to kind of dress up slutty, right? The short, oh, I'm a maid. I'm a maid. Cool. Like if you bend over, I can see your ass. Like we all know. Okay, girls listening, guys listening, aliens listening, whoever is listening. You all know what I'm talking about. It's nothing new. Harley Quinn, I think for a very long time, will be one of the popular costumes. But the reason I have this slated as number 3 is because that Suicide Squad movie just came out pretty recently. So that's why I'm kind of bringing it up because it was refreshed into everyone. It was a movie that came out. It wasn't this first Suicide Squad movie that came out however many years ago. Still recent, but like the new one pretty much just came out. So of course, people are like, okay, cool. I'm going to be Harley Quinn. Great. And I can't wait. It's going to be great. I really was not trying to like rhyme there, but it worked out. Another one I have at number 4 is from that same movie, Suicide Squad. And I think it's more because it's, I don't know. I think it's kind of funny. I don't think if I wasn't Hulk, motherfucking Hogan, brother, I would be the polka dot man from Suicide Squad. Why not? I don't know if I went on and I feel like I looked all over the internet, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I couldn't really find a good polka dot man costume. So I do think that might be a costume that might, I know I actually, to be honest with you, right now on my list, I only have those 4. If I had other ideas, it would probably be lower because I'm not quite sure that that would be very popular because I think that it would take a little bit of like arts and crafts, you know? But as I'm talking, I think there is one that might bump up before Polka Dot Man. So we have Squid Games, anything from that, Michael Myers, Harley Quinn, and then I had Polka Dot Man at 4, but I'm gonna move um Cruella. Shit, what's her name? I gotta look this up. It's gonna kill me. Oh, Emma Stone. So Emma Stone as Cruella Deville. I do think that that is gonna be a big costume. I think the reason that I'm thinking about it now is because recently, maybe it was last night or the night before, um, G-Eazy, the rapper, dressed up for one of his concerts as Cruella. So I think that, I mean, the massive superstar that he is, people are going to catch on to that. And also the movie that was just recently released, people are going to want to dress up as her. So we're going to have a bunch of Squid Game pieces of shits. Michael Myers, fake ass murderers, sexy Harley Quinns, sexy Corellas, and then either very, very bad polka dot mans or just very like ripped polka dot mans. I don't know. That would be a good couple costume. Harley Quinn and the polka dot man. But I will say, if anyone dresses up as that shark dude, that'd be sick. That would be dope. I would be in for that. All right. So that's kind of my guess on what is going to be like the most popular things for that. It's kind of weird. Like I'm like reading it and I'm like, yeah, it makes sense. But like I'm trying to think of some other things. It's like, why can't there be more? Like there's a lot of shows. Like I love that show You, but that's weird. Like it's very like just a normal person looking. I don't know. If you have different opinions, let me know. Instagram at it's Danny Todd. The Twitter is the same. And yeah, for this next segment, I'm going to pull from this thing called Poddecks. My buddy, shout out Travis Brown, my buddy. He owns this thing called Poddecks, and I'm gonna pull from them. Few little Q&As on this. All right, so this app called Poddecks is absolutely incredible. I love it. It's kind of geared towards podcasters like myself, but I think it's great because you can use it for any situation. You could be at home with the family, drinking, having fun, or not drinking, whatever. And you can have just these questions. There's so many categories that you can pull from, but I have a few here that I want to talk about or answer. And the first one is, have you ever seen a shadow person? So that's kind of, I mean, interesting because when I think of shadow person, I think of the movies that I've seen of shadow people. Ooh. But I don't think I've like been like standing in a room and like have seen this shadowy figure. The only time that I think that I might have ever seen one is probably just like a weird trick with my brain and my eyes and whatnot. It's always when I'm like laying down to go to sleep. I kind of like have my eyes a little bit closed, kind of like getting, ready to sleep or hopefully. And like I have these like, I hope I say it right. A Rorschach test, where it's like they have this like ink blob on a paper and it's like, what do you see? Right. And they kind of judge you on what you see and they do whatever sciencey brain math that they fucking have. But when my eyes kind of like get to that point, and they're like not completely closed, but like a little bit open, I start to see like, or I mean, I can't say that I see them. I wonder if it's just like my brain and my eyes playing tricks on me. But I start to see like these shadows like start to like morph. And like if you've ever seen like Harry Potter, the oh my gosh, why am I blanking on this? Is it Death Eaters? Wait, oh, are they Death Eaters? I gotta look this up. Harry Potter Death Eater? I think they are. Yeah. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. You can bitch at me on social media. So I'll see like these weird, like Death Eatery ish, like no faces, no nothing like that, but like shapes start to like form and like swoop over and all these things like just fluid. Like the motion of these things are just the in my, in my eyelids. Because I mean, my eyes are pretty much closed. Like there should be no, I mean, the room is dark for one, very, very dark. So there should be no other, like, there, you can't get darker than just pitch black. So when I start to see these little things go and like start swooping around me and whatnot, like, I'm like, what the fuck are you? And like, there's some nights where I'm like, okay, open my eyes because that was weird. That was really weird. But as far as like a shadow person, I don't really know exactly what that would entail. I'm not like standing up or sitting, in a well lit room or something where I know that there's no light tricks. There's nothing with my, my eyesight, which is very shitty, by the way. Nothing with my eyesight or, like it's playing with my brain and like, okay, that's something there. Okay. But it's always when I'm laying down and then these motions of just dark shadows start to appear in the dark. Shadows in the dark. That means there has to be light. So I don't know. When I first picked this question, because I had to go through there's so many cards, so many different cards, so many different genres of these decks that you can choose from. Again, it's not a sponsor. I just love my boy Travis. He's an amazing guy. The thing that he has, Poddecks, is incredible. So many different things. But like I had to go through and like kind of choose some. Some were, I mean, I could have spent this entire episode doing that. And I have actually done an episode based off of just the cards that I've done in one of the decks that he provides. So it's incredible. I will have a link in the show notes that you can kind of go check that out. You can buy physical decks, or you can have the monthly subscription of all of the decks, which is really cool. But yeah, I don't know. Shadow people, I don't know if I've seen people, but like I've seen weird fucking shapes while I'm trying to sleep. So that's the long way around that one. Next one we got here. Let me open up my phone if it will recognize me with all this stuff on. If you could choose anyone to go ghost hunting with, who would it be? Probably Nicolas Cage. I mean, National Treasure. I mean, the dude is scared by nothing. Honestly, I think that's the only answer that I have right now. And I have no further explanation to that. Right now, the only person that I would like to go ghost hunting with is Nicolas Cage, the character that he plays in National Treasure. Boom. That's it. So I have one more. Let's see here. Oh, do you think it's dangerous to play with a Ouija board. Yeah. I can't sing. I wanted to do like some scales. Yeah. No, thank you. I'm not playing with no Ouija board. Okay. I mean, I was born and raised Christian. I mean, even my dad was like, don't play with that shit. That is not good. Don't do that. But I also watch scary movies when they play with Ouija boards. Ouija boards. It never ends up good. I'm not going to play with a Ouija board. One, the thing is, I feel like, say I did get a Ouija board and nothing happened, like right there and then, I think in my head, that is going to mess me up even more because now I'm just going to be freaking out. Those things that I mentioned earlier, the weird things that I see when like my eyes are half asleep, those little shadow whoopsie doopsies. Oh, dude. Oh, tenfold. It's going to get gnarly. So there's no absolute way that I'm ever playing with the Ouija board. If I go into a house, say this weekend, I go to someone's house and they're like, hey, let's bring the Ouija board out. I'm like, all right, we're out. Fuck you. Fuck you. Hope you die. I hope you don't die, but fuck all you. So yeah, easy answer there. Nope. I am never, ever going to play with a Ouija board because I personally think that it is too dangerous. It's weird though. Like I say, it's way too dangerous and I will never do that. And it's mainly because I just don't want to take my chances. It's a weird thing with, like being born and raised Christian. Like I have my beliefs, whatever. I don't think that there's going to be something happening like we see in the movies when they play with the Ouija board and like all of a sudden lights shut out, things are happening. I just don't want to risk the chance of having some crazy evil shit just kind of be brought against myself, the people that I love. There's no way I don't want to risk it, And I will say this is a very good segue. I didn't even plan it this way. Someone besides my good friend Brian, calling in and telling me his very fun story about his brother and how he basically ruined a perfectly good pair of roller skates and a driveway. Someone did send in a written version of their story because it was just too long to basically say over my hotline. And well, I'm going to read it. And it's kind of long, so bear with me. I'm going to do my best because who knows? I'm not that good at reading, and it's been a long night, and it's Halloween, and I've had some beers. So, all right, here we go. I have always been into paranormal and communicating with spirits. I'm a sensitive that can also communicate as a medium does from time to time. So spooky or uneasy events and feelings are not anything unusual or foreign to me. But this particular event scared the hell out of me. About 6 years ago, I became interested in Ouija boards after being told my whole life to avoid them because they were quote unquote evil. My now sister-in-law and I would go out to random locations and had a couple of different boards we would use. One board was one that you could buy or purchase from any Target or game store. The other was a custom hexagon shaped board with a glass topper and a hexagon. I believe the word is planchette. I could be wrong. But anyways, it was a hexagon shaped board with a glass topper and hexagon planchette. We did this for weeks with little to no luck using this communication form. Typically, she would keep the boards in the trunk of her car, but for some reason, one night after sessions at a few different places, she brought the boards into our apartment and mindlessly placed the planchette onto the glass top hexagon board. She noticed she did that the next morning and texted me while I was at work asking if that was a bad idea and what to do. I told her to never leave the planchette on the board and to say goodbye and then move it to the goodbye on the board to close anything if it has been opened. A day or so later, I began feeling watched and cold, but couldn't make out what was visiting. Within a few days, I started hearing knocks coming from the inside of my closet, which shared the wall with her bedroom. The knocks would come in series of threes, which felt uneasy and alarming. After days of this happening, activity ramped up even more with me returning home after work one evening and the board being on the table in the living room with a planchette placed directly in the center. I quickly closed it and asked her when she got home if she had put it in the living room. She had not. So, that same evening, while trying to fall asleep, I would close my eyes and see the most horrific and gruesome things. And not only would I see it, I would feel it. A feeling of dread, doom, and torture. I was honestly afraid to fall asleep. If I was seeing those things awake, I couldn't even imagine what would come into my dreams. Around midnight, I got up to use the bathroom. I had a Jack and Jill style bathroom. I don't know what that is. But anyways, I had a Jack and Jill style bathroom. One door was in the bedroom. Oh, is that what that means? One door was in the bedroom and the other was a door across from the toilet. Okay, so you have a bedroom, or you have a bathroom that basically has two doors. All right, so one door was in the bedroom and the other door across from the toilet that had been opened in the hallway, the laundry, and the rest of the apartment. I always left both doors open so my cat wouldn't be trapped in or out of the room at night. I sat down, felt something looking at me, and looked up to see a strange, tall, lanky shadow figure. No, thank you. This figure was about 8 feet tall, as it wasn't far from the top of our 9-foot ceiling. Its head was tilted to the side. Its arms were about as thin as double sheet. I'm reading exactly what she sent me, so I'm assuming that this figure was about 8 feet tall, as it wasn't far from the top of our 9-foot ceiling. Its head was tilted to the side. Its arms were about as thin as double sheet glass and hung down past its knees, with fingertips that were long and almost seemed to dissolve or disappear. Damn. It was a clearly defined, almost mist or fog-like being that was dark charcoal with a strange forest green tint. It stood less than 5 feet from me. Even though it had no face, I knew it was looking at me. I was petrified. I couldn't walk. That doesn't say walk. I was petrified. Couldn't talk, cry, or make any noise at all, just frozen for what I felt like an eternity. Realistically, probably only 30 seconds had passed before I was able to get up and go back to my bed. I don't remember sleeping at all that night. Shortly after sunrise, I got out of bed and walked out to the kitchen and felt freezing. I glanced in at the living room on my left and sighed and noticed our patio door, which was locked the night prior, was swung all the way open, and the living room was covered in leaves, as if someone had used a rake and made a pile inside of our apartment. We lived on the second floor. There is no possible way anyone could have gotten in. I went to work that day and spoke with the sweet religious woman, and she felt strongly that the board had brought in some type of demon. She told me to bless the apartment and told me I needed to start as I was opening the front door and to leave no corner or room unblessed. As soon as I got home, I followed her instructions to a T. That's so weird when you know, like, I followed it to a T, but when you see it like spelled out for you, like I was like, I'm reading this. I was like, I got home and followed her instructions to a. I was like, wait, what the fuck? Anyways, as soon as she got home, basically, she followed that very religious lady's instructions to a T. As soon as I was blessing the apartment, I was hearing faint knocks all along the walls. Again, in series of 3. I blessed the house a few times that evening, even the Ouija boards. There were a few aftershock type events of knocking and things being placed where they didn't belong, but they subside and they completely stopped within a week. And then she goes on to say, and even though now I make custom Ouija boards, that's the last time I played with one. Honestly, that's more than I would ever really want to happen to me. I don't want any of that to happen ever. Fuck all of that shit. Dude, I go to bed here. I locked the front door. We got the deadbolt, the key lock, garage door, deadbolt, key lock. We got the back door, sliding door. We have like the big piece of wood. So even if it was unlocked, can't open because it hits the door. I locked that. Everything. I honestly, every night, I probably triple check that shit. Oh, dude, and I still like go to bed and get sketched out. And I just want to say, I know that was a lot for me to read. So I apologize if that was very not great to hear. I'm trying my best here. I mean, I'm looking at really small text and it was a lot. So, but damn, that's scary. And I don't know if anyone listening right now, like if you have any experiences with Ouija boards or, I mean, even without a Ouija board, like just the paranormal. Like I personally have not had any experiences with the paranormal, which I'm grateful for. Like it's not that I don't believe in that, but it's like I don't know. To the extent of what we see in movies and whatnot, I don't necessarily believe in that. But I do believe that there is some evil shit out there. And especially around Halloween time, you got to think about the lore of, Halloween is the time that the dead and whatnot can walk the earth and yada yada yada. Like I don't necessarily believe in that, but like Ouija boards is a next level. And I just don't know if that's scary enough for me to probably have some nightmares tonight. I probably will. And you know what? Next episode, I will tell you if I have any nightmares. I hope I don't. I already have trouble sleeping as it is. I mean, I could watch Shrek for all I give and probably have nightmares. Creepy ass Shrek. That damn donkey. Love the movie. Don't get me wrong. But damn. I hope I forget that story as soon as I stop this recording. Damn, dude. I know Halloween's going to be over before we know it, but I mean, if you have a story that you can tell me, just because Halloween's going to be over by the next time I put an episode out, you can always, always, always hit me up. I will put you can do it on Instagram or Twitter at It's a Todd, or I will put the phone number to my, what's it called? Blanking. The number you can call me and leave a voicemail. How about that? The hotline. There we go. Boom. All right. Next segment, the last segment. It's about candy, the thing that we all love and grew up on. Yes, I can't wait, dude. Unfortunately, I haven't bought Halloween candy yet. And I know it's going to cost so much if I can even find it. And I'm not very happy about it. So let's get into it. Yeah. All right. This might get some people mad. Who knows? I might get mad. I know I screenshotted this. I wrote down the list. And I'm looking at it now, but I'm like, already like, that's not right. Here are the rest of the 10. No, motherfucker. All right. So I know this might get some people in a hissy. And I'm looking at this list already. I'm like, I don't agree with a lot of these. But here we go. Apparently, these are the 10 worst candies for Halloween. I'm going to start with one because I saw people hit me up on Instagram. A lot of people were saying Almond Joy, which sucks because I freaking love Almond Joy. I love it. Like if I got an Almond Joy, like I think that would be one of the first things that I ate because I love Almond Joy so much. So the fact that people were hitting me up and saying that Almond Joy was one of the worst ones that they can get, shame on you. Send it to me. Hit me up. Be like, hey, I got 10 mini Almond Joys. All right, here's my address. Send it to me. Let's go. I'll eat them. I will eat those Almond Joys. And you know what, brother? Let me tell you something. What, brother? I will eat those Almond Joys with pride because I love Almond Joys. Anyways, first off, we have peanut butter kisses. What the fuck is that? Are they just like I mean, I've never had one. Peanut butter kisses. So are they like the Hershey's kisses with peanut butter? What's wrong with that? Be grateful. Second one, Smarties. Love Smarties. I love those little chalk sugar things. I don't know. Those are great. Anyways, so peanut butter kisses, Smarties, Necco wafers. Okay, cool. I mean, I like them, but like not my favorite. So I can understand why that made the list. This next one, I feel like should be at the very top because I'm not quite sure what it really is. And as I talk about it, I'm going to have to look it up because I'm not quite sure. Wax Coke bottles. Let me look. Oh, fuck those things. Sorry. Like I said, I was Googling what those were. No. Yeah, for sure. Those need to be at the top of the list. Get that out of my face. The wax little bottles of like candy drinks. No. No one wants that. I don't want that. If it's going to be any sort of like beverage drink, it's like the little gummies of like the Coca-Cola. But no, the wax bottled little drink things. Oh, fuck on my fuss. Fuck on my fuss. This next one's called Mary Jane's. I wonder, I don't know, is that a real thing? They're not talking about weed, are they? Because I know like people are like concerned about weed gummies and stuff like that, which I have something to say about that. But I want to look this up real quick. Mary Jane's Halloween candy? What is it? No, what? Are you kidding me? Those are so good. All right. I don't know how to really explain it too well, but basically, like if you've had a thing called Bit O honey, it's the same thing. It's basically like you have a hard soft. That's weird. A like soft. Oh, okay. The texture and bite of a dude. What's it called? Damn, dude, I'm forgetting what it's called. I don't know. It's kind of. I mean, it's soft, but it tastes like honey. But they call. I mean, I guess the original version is called Mary Jane. I'm just looking at a photo right now that has like the Mary Jane packaging, and then next to it is like a thing of Bit O honey. So I'm curious as if it's like a kind of like a caramely honey chew. High chew. So it's like the texture of high chew. Wow. I had to say chew to remember. High chew, which I love. Insane. Those things are so good. So imagine like the texture of high chew, but it tastes like a honey kind of vibe. Those things are so good. What? I think kids these days don't know what good candy is. They want like, well, I think any candy I mention is going to be not like what they think. I mean, all candy's good, which is hard to like when I see these. Like, all right, Mary Jane's basically like bit of honey, from my understanding. And then you got Tootsie Roll. I mean, like, those are good. I mean, they're good. What's wrong with the Tootsie Roll? I feel like if anyone's ungrateful for a Tootsie Roll, you have bigger problems. And I mean, obviously, my research wasn't insanely good on this little list that I have here, but like, who are they asking? Like, what do kids want? Like, do they want to do like the powdered sugar and like, I don't know. Oh, this next one though. Well, actually, the last two are kind of in the same ballpark. So the last two are Good and Plenty and Black Licorice. So basically, Good and Plenty is a hard sugar coating over black licorice. And you know what? I love black licorice. Okay. So the fact that that is on the last of the list, kind of offended. I love black licorice. You know what? And for the kids that are my age, I'm almost 30, and you grew up not liking black licorice, but then grew up and started drinking and you liked Jägermeister, you're a hypocrite because that shit is black licorice. Man, dude, this list sucks. All out of whack. All out of whack. All out of whack. So dumb. But fear not, I have one of the top rated candy lists. Oh, well, no shit. All right. So this says the best Halloween treats according to kids. Fuck kids, bro. This is September 22nd to October 1st, 2021. I guess. Sure. All right. So first we have Reese's peanut butter cups. Well, yeah, standard. Second, M&M's, easy, small packs. Toss it. Cool. Milky Way bar. Yeah. Standard. Hershey's, you know, that nice little chunk of bar. Done. Kit Kat, cool. Gummy bears, Hershey's Kisses. Apparently not the damn peanut butter ones. Reese's Pieces. Fuck with those hard. Peanut M&Ms. Honestly, I think out of all of the M&Ms, the peanut ones are my favorite because what I do, I put it in my mouth and I like bite off all the chocolate, and then I have I have a peanut. Twix bar. Twix bars are good. Snicker bar, cool. Sour punch twists. Sure. Then we got Starburst, Skittles. Skittles, I think, is a very popular one. I see those. But I think, well, like I said, this is according to kids. But as I got older, I feel like always loved Skittles. But they got too hard for my teeth. My teeth suck, dude. So that shit got a little bit rough. Honestly, though, the next one, Dove Milk Chocolate Bar, move that to number like 4. Hershey Milk Chocolate Bar at number 4 spot. Fuck off. Dove Milk Chocolate Bar, move them on into the number 4 spot. Because that's where you'd belong. And, number 3 spot, move on over Milky Way Bar because the Nestle Crunch Bar moves on in. That is one of my I love that shit. I don't know why I don't get it enough, but the Nestle Crunch Bar, move on up. Jolly Ranchers, suck a dick. Get out of here. Fruit snacks, they're good when you're an adult. Because you feel like good about yourself. Like, oh, I remember those. So I guess fruit snacks belongs at that spot. Airheads, classic. They can stay where they are. Nerds candy. I don't like the ones in the box. Nerds candy in the box are trash. You need the Nerds rope. If there were Nerds rope, you can knock Kit Kat's ass out of 5th place and go there. Because I feel like they're just better. Nerds in a box. Like, what the fuck? Like, no one wants Nerds in a box. Because they're gone. Like, they're gone. No matter how strong your teeth are, you want to get that shit over with so fast. So, Nerds rope. That moves up for sure in the 5th spot, I believe. Yeah. Honestly, I think that's it. I'm ready to enjoy my Halloween weekend. I've been just very excited about this episode, and I hope it was good for y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. And you know what? Whatever candy you like, eat it. No shame. It's a no shame weekend. Eat the candy that you like. Okay? Because I will. All right. Have fun. Be safe. Eat your candy. Brush your teeth, most importantly. All right. Peace.
Let the game begin.